to business in the black community. Also our neighborhoods, black communities, which is the reason why I asked you to join me here and what will always be known as Central Park to me, but now they call it an encore. I want to know what's your opinion on our declining population in the black community or in the community? What's your opinion on they trying to disperse us so we don't have a community? Is it becoming too expensive to live in Tampa as right down the street and back of you to the left, south of you, there's Channelside and downtown with the expensive condos, which we know is not for affordable housing. Affordable housing is something that you need to take on the role of bad credit, low pay. I call that affordable housing. So what's the development that these politicians do?
Well, I mean, it's been real clear for a long time right here in Tampa, Florida, that the African community is under attack by the policymakers. We aren't afforded opportunities to be employed. There's a lot of talk amongst the politicians who are running for office right now about creating jobs. That's a catchphrase that all the candidates are using. We're going to create jobs. We're going to create jobs. The thing is, though, most of the Africans in this community are being Jim Crow out of the jobs. And so, I mean, it's way back since, I think it was 92, 93, something like that, when they destroyed Constellon and Belmont Heights. The African community has been under attack by the policymakers and the politicians in the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County for a very long time.
So specifically, do you have a group of people that will be challenging city council members and the new mayor and in effect giving them a report card on a daily basis?
That's the goal. The Black People's Advancement Defense Organization was organized for that purpose, or at least that's one purpose. The Black People's Advancement Defense Organization was organized for to keep these politicians in check. To make sure that our community, make sure that our taxpayer dollars are working for us instead of against us. So the answer to your question, in short, is yes. The Black People's Advancement Defense Organization is present and on the ground for that purpose.
I'm gonna bring in a colleague. I know she's a colleague of yours.
That's right. That's my comrade.
She's been in Tampa fighting for many years, and I asked her to come out today too, so that we can hear straight from the people's mouth as to the state of the black community. And this is Connie Burton, a long-time activist in Tampa. Been out on the battlefield for many years, and let me just ask your opinion as it relates to the state of the black community.
Well, the state of the African community nationally, locally, is under siege. And irregardless of what political base we have, that's supposed to bring some type of relief to the community, it has all failed us. We see the very basic necessities of life that most human people need to have to survive. It becomes more and more challenging each day in terms of the lack of employment opportunity, the horrendous problems we have in the education of our children, housing, affordable housing now is attached to so many criteria that the very people that need housing it's not available to them. So, our community is under assault. Our people, in particular, African people here in this country, has been under assault for a very long time. And it is the job of revolutionaries. It is the job of people that want to fight for liberation to expose all of these contradictions, and as well as to educate our community as to what we need to do.
Let me ask you more specifically, with this election coming on, how is it, regardless of who's elected, because we all know based on colonization and the killing of the Indians, that we look out here at Seminole, and the Seminole Indians are doing very well. How is it that the black community can do well, considering that the powers that be is always going to be Caucasian rich people? What can we do politically and legally to advance our community and get our community at least back to the standard before segregation? Our desegregation came, where we used to do business in our community, where we had teachers and business people, and we had vibrant neighborhoods. What can we do to bring back black neighborhoods, black pride, and most importantly, some money and some jobs? What can we do even though we don't control anything?
I think that you just answered the question twice. We answered that question twice. One, when you said we don't control anything, we're going to have to take control. of those things that are out. We're gonna have to begin to control our education, begin to control our economics, begin to control our housing. I mean, you talk about Seminole Indians. They have like an embassy. That place, that Hard Rock Cafe is a Seminole Indian embassy. The Florida state statutes do not apply to that place. So I mean, in reality, brother, I don't think we can get around the reality that we're going to have to control those things that are vital to our everyday life.
Let me ask both of you all too. I know that during Martin Luther King time and civil rights movement, played a very big role in protecting our rights and pushing forward with our freedom, our rights, and economics. What's your opinion about the black churches and the black church leaders in Tampa, and more importantly, the elected officials? Do we have a way of letting the elected officials, besides the voting, once they get in office, to know about our displeasure? And do you think that the elected officials think that they work for us, that we're their boss, or do you think they think they're in a high position? Or do you think that they know that they work for us?
Well, Dr. King, even during his period, he ran against a lot of opposition from the alleged church leadership and also the political leadership. What was vital to the success of the civil rights movement was the organization and organizing the people. It is the people that will push the agenda for the African community, not those that has been chosen by political parties. Once we get our community organized and, through the re-education of our people, let them know that there's a possibility of living a life free of police brutality. There's a possibility of being able to have housing without having the policymakers deny us the basic necessities of life. So our job is not to really put a lot of attention on those that used to take on the role of speaking in the interest of our community. I mean, we have to learn something from history. If in the last 40 years, these people that played a vital role in the civil rights movement has abandoned their posts, it would be a waste of our time to go and try to recruit them back into something that they have clearly shown they have no interest in. We got a church on every corner. We got a church, a precinct on every corner. And if our church leadership that has a phone number to the mayor, has the phone number to the police chief, has the phone number to the city council and chamber of commerce, was interested in the basic issues that we're talking about, they would have solved our problem. But they only do it for the benefit of themselves.
Yeah, if I could jump in on that, that's a good segue. What I was going to say, you mentioned the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. At the young age of 39 years old on April 4th, 1968, he said he wasn't worried about longevity. He didn't care if he made it to the promised land or not. He might not make it there with us. But you see these Negro preachers today, they trying to get pension plans, retirement. They don't care about sacrificing their lives themselves for the better of the people. They want big houses and big cars and big paychecks. So I mean, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was a different kind of preacher than the Negro preachers that we see right now.
Well, let me ask you simply, because we live in Tampa Bay area, are there individuals that are out there on the forefront fight against these injustices, or that you think that would join in the fight, or participate in making sure that an agenda is set forward with the new mayor and new city council?
Man, brother, I have an honest answer to that question. It's yes, and there's only one. It's only two, one maybe two. And that would be in no specific order, Reverend Willie Dixon and Reverend Frank Williams. I mean, those are the only two people that I've ever heard publicly voice the concerns of the African working class masses and poor and struggling people out here. I haven't heard anybody else do it.
But most of the preachers have become collaborators.
Yeah. Work with the police.
They work with the police.
Pastors on patrol.
They spew the same venom that politicians spew against the community.
Let me